On Tuesday, Apple CEO Tim Cook demonstrated how easy it is for corporations to duck outrage over avoiding taxes. Cook was testifying before Congress about Apple's $102 billion offshore stash of cash as everyday Americans bear the brunt of taxes. This 2012 chart, available on the budget of the United States government website, shows just how much Americans pay in comparison to corporations. So you see, the green shows the increasing amount of taxes that we, who are on the payrolls, pay, while the yellow area represents the decreasing amount of taxes paid by corporations. Assuming companies pay half of the payroll taxes in this chart, the total tax burden for individual Americans is about 63% of total federal revenue. That's up about 45% from about 45% in 1950. You outraged?
No, because I want jobs here.
Right, and that is theoretically the argument behind it, but those jobs are not manifesting. I think if everybody were employed, people would not feel so bad about those numbers. It's like, but there is some measure of certainty in the market. You see private sector growth across all these quarters, and yet people aren't hiring.
No, that's a legitimate concern. It's because profit margins are slimming over the last 10 years. Even these corporations, even oil companies, which are bringing in billions and billions and trillions, actually sometimes don't have.
No, but I'm going to play them the world's smallest violin.
I know, no one cares. But it's a tough quandary to be in, because if you make the argument that we need to increase corporate taxation, then corporations say, okay, I go to China, I go to Bangladesh, I go to Cambodia. I can go to places where I don't even have to have safe working conditions, as we've seen over the last few years.
Right, but that's also why you need to incentivize people to keep their businesses here in the U.S.
Well, hence the tax thing. And so, but there has to be a balance between that and also forcing them to actually create jobs here and not just hold on to those narrow profit margins.
And all this time, I thought Marc Lamont Hill was a socialist.
I am not. I am a reformed. That's why I got paid, you know? I like this much better.